Have you ever noticed how quickly we get upset by others? A thoughtless comment, a small slight, someone moving ahead of us in traffic, and suddenly the heart tightens, the mind spins, anger takes over. It feels like the world is full of people who know just how to bother us. But what if no one ever truly made you angry? What if each flare of irritation, each burst of emotion, came not from them, but from within you, from how you hold yourself, from how you cling to certain hopes? We often think anger comes from outside, that others are to blame for stirring it, but anger isn't out there. It's right here. It's the refusal of what is, the closing of the heart against reality. You see, people will always act in unexpected ways. They will let you down, confuse you, hurt you, or not understand you. That is their part to play, their own dance. But the real question is, must you suffer because of it? Anger rises because we believe life should be different. We imagine the world should match our preferences. And when it doesn't, we resist. And that resistance burns us. Think of it like this. Anger is like picking up a hot stone intending to throw it at someone else. You might throw it, but not before it burns your own hand. This is the strange logic of anger. We think we are punishing another, yet the fire is our own. To be angry is to swallow something bitter and hope the other person feels sick. Odd, isn't it? But here is a deeper seeing. You don't need to push anger down, nor do you need to act on it violently. What you need is to notice it, to watch how it begins. The next time someone bothers you, pay attention to the feeling. Notice how the chest gets tight, how the breath gets short, how the mind starts making up little stories of payback or reason. Watch it like you would watch clouds gathering in the sky. You are not the storm. You are the one who sees the storm. And when you watch with care, something interesting happens. The storm cannot last. Anger, when seen clearly, starts to fade. It feeds on not paying attention. It grows only when you believe you are it. But the moment you bring the light of awareness, it begins to weaken. Anger seen is anger already leaving. Many people will say, "But I can't help it. They insulted me. They hurt me. They did me wrong. Should I just take it?" Yes, allowing does not mean agreeing. It means letting reality be what it is. Suppose someone calls you a fool. You might react, defend yourself, fight back, or you might smile. For who is this person to say who you are? Their words are just sounds shaped by their own past, their own shadows. When you stop taking yourself so seriously, when you see that who you are is always changing, you realize no insult can touch what you truly are. It is not events that disturb us, but our views about events. The insult itself is not the cause of pain. Your agreement with it is. If you choose not to agree, if you simply let it pass like wind through trees, there is nothing to hold. Anger is a gift you keep accepting when you could simply say no. You cannot stop others from offering insults, judgments, silly words, but you can stop accepting them. This does not mean becoming soft or weak. It means becoming free. For what power does anyone have over you if you cannot be stirred? Imagine that freedom to walk through life untouched, not because you fight, but because you refuse to carry the weight. You may say, "All right, I won't react to strangers." But what about those close to me like family, partners, friends when they hurt me? Here again, the truth is the same. The closer the relationship, the stronger the expectations. You believe they should love you, support you, understand you completely. And when they fail, you get angry. Yet ask yourself, are they here to live out your plan, or are they here to be themselves, imperfect and free? Love is not control. To love is to give the other the space to disappoint you. This is why real love has no anger in it. Real love does not say, "You must be as I want." It says, "Be as you are." When you stop insisting that others play the role you wrote for them, the play becomes joyful again. You watch their quirks, their mistakes, even their letdowns with a gentle humor. For you see, it is all part of the great show. Anger dies not when people change, but when your need for them to change dissolves. The problem is not their behavior. The problem is your resistance to their behavior. Try this when anger stirs. Pause, take a deep breath and ask, what am I refusing in this moment? you will find it is always a denial of reality. Someone said something, someone did something, and you wanted it different. That's all. The world did not match your preference. But who are you to demand the world bend to your will? Life moves according to its own rhythm. When you yield, when you allow, anger evaporates. What remains is clear seeing, sometimes sadness, sometimes laughter, but never burning rage. For rage is a child of resistance, and resistance is not needed. Anger is not only about other people, it is also about yourself. How often are you angry at your own errors? You spill the drink, forget the meeting, miss the chance, and suddenly the mind starts shouting, "You fool, you failure." But this is no different from the insults of others. You are simply insulting yourself, and as long as you do, you will remain split, torn in two, the judge and the judged. Yet both are you. Why fight yourself? What if you allowed your mistakes to be just as they are? This is where real change begins. When you stop being angry with yourself, the anger toward others fades as well. For the truth is you only attack outside what you cannot accept inside. If you are at peace with your own flaws, you will not be disturbed by the flaws of others. Imagine if you can laugh at your own foolishness, you will laugh at theirs too. If you can forgive your own weakness, you will forgive theirs too. In this way, accepting yourself is the ground of peace. Without it, you will always project your hidden war onto the world. Still, many will ask, but if I never get angry, won't people take advantage of me? Won't I become weak? Not at all. There is a difference between anger and clarity. Anger is blind reaction. Clarity is firm response. A person free from anger is not passive. They can say no. They can set limits. They can walk away. But they do so without poison in the heart. They act from strength, not from burning. In fact, when you are no longer controlled by anger, your actions become much more effective. You see clearly without the fog of rage. Consider a leader. One who leads with anger creates fear, but also rebellion. One who leads with clarity creates respect. The same is true for parents, teachers, partners, friends. When you shout in anger, people may listen for a moment, but they do not trust you. When you act with calm firmness, people listen because they feel the strength behind your stillness. So understand, freedom from anger is not weakness. It is mastery. To conquer others with fear is easy. To be unmoved by them is true power. Now, how do we grow this mastery in daily life? Start with awareness through the day. Watch your reactions. Notice the little sparks before they become flames. Someone takes too long in line. Someone interrupts you mid-sentence. Someone disagrees with your view. Pause, breathe, and say inside, "Ah, here is the seed of anger." If you catch it early, you can smile at it. You need not water it. You need not let it grow. In time, this becomes natural. You walk through the world, and those sparks fly around you. None find dry wood to catch. The second practice is allowing. By allowing, I do not mean giving up. I mean a gentle release of control. When you expect the world to act as you wish, you will always be disappointed. But when you allow life to flow as it does, there is nothing to resist. Try this when something upsets you. Instead of shouting, ask yourself, "Can I let this be?" You will be surprised. 9 times out of 10 you can. And the 10th time when action is needed, you act more skillfully because your mind is clear, not clouded by rage. The third practice is humor. Have you noticed how laughter melts anger? When you see the silliness of your seriousness, anger cannot survive. Life is very funny. People are endlessly strange, and so are you. Instead of fuming, you might chuckle. A person cuts you off in traffic. Do you really believe they planned against you, or are they simply lost in their own worries? When you recognize that everyone is stumbling through life just as you are, you cannot stay angry for long. You become kind, and kindness is the opposite of anger. The fourth practice is remembering impermanence. Strange advice perhaps, but powerful. Every person who bothers you is temporary. They, like you, will soon vanish like mist in the morning sun. Is it worth wasting your short, precious life in rage? Imagine you had only one day to live. Would you spend it arguing over small things? Anger thrives when we forget our mortality. But when you remember, your view shifts. You become softer, more forgiving, less easily shaken. Life is too brief to waste on bitterness. Better to spend it in peace. Let me share something with you. Anger is often a cover. Under it hides fear, hurt, or sadness. When you feel anger, ask what is underneath. You may find fear of rejection, pain of betrayal, grief of being misunderstood. If you face these softer feelings, the anger dissolves. It was only a mask, a way of protecting yourself. When you embrace the tenderness beneath, you no longer need the mask. You become real. And in that realness, no one can truly hurt you, for you are not defending an image. You are simply being. Anger is never about them. It is always about you. It is the mirror showing your expectations, your wounds, your illusions. Others are merely players on your stage, acting their parts to reveal your attachments. If you learn to watch, you will thank them for their performance. Even the difficult ones teach you where you still cling. And once you see that, anger turns into gratitude. Imagine that, being grateful to those who once made you furious. This is the magic of awareness. The fire that once burned now lights the way. If you wish never to be angry again, stop trying to be in control. Stop demanding that life fit your picture. Instead, dance with it. Flow with it. The world is like music, unpredictable, full of surprises. If you insist it play only your tune, you will suffer. But if you listen, if you join the rhythm, even the discord becomes beautiful. Anger is nothing but a refusal to dance. So let go, sway with the melody, and see how light you become. The music of life never fails those who listen. This does not mean you will never feel the first spark. Of course you will, but the spark no longer catches. You notice it, smile, and let it pass. Like a cloud drifting across the sky, it comes and goes. No storm, no fire, just a passing shade. Imagine the peace of such a life. To walk through the world unprovoked, unburdened. To meet insult with laughter, betrayal with wisdom, frustration with ease. This is not a dream. It is the natural state of one who has seen through the illusion of anger. So I invite you to try. Begin today. Watch your anger. Notice its tricks, its disguises. See how it rises when life does not meet your demands. And then release the demand. Let life be what it is. Laugh at the absurdity. Remember how short your time is. And in that remembering, choose peace. Not the peace of suppression, but the peace of clarity. Winds may howl, storms may rage, but you remain still. And in your stillness, others too find calm. This is the gift of mastering anger. You do not only free yourself, you free those around you. For peace is contagious, just as anger is. And the world needs your peace.